Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is June 14th, 2024, and we now know the actual and real price of Nico Williams. Also, Hansi Flick is insisting on the signing of Angelo Stiller. And finally, Vitor Roque is back at the Ciutat Esportiva, and I will tell you why. We have a lot to discuss. So let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and this is the Barca News live podcast, which is on every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, usually at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today we're starting a little bit early because I do have to go train at 6:30. I have to go get punched in the face for the next 2-3 hours. For those of you who don't know, I train MMA, so today's training is a little early. That's why we're starting the live stream early, where not only do I get to share Barca News with you, but I also get to interact with you lovely people in the chat section. So don't forget to leave your comments in the chat section. And for those of you who will be watching when the live stream ends, don't worry, I'll be putting timestamps in the description and chapters in the timeline in case you do want to skip through all the discussion. Now, having said all of that, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. All of this helps the channel continue to grow. If you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, especially for people here in the US who don't get shipping from Barcelona, make sure you hit the kit bag. I've been asked this question before. People are telling me, is kit bag like replicas? Is it real? No, it's the real deal. It's not replicas. It's not fake stuff. It's the actual Barcelona, licensed Barcelona merchandise. So if you want to get Barcelona merchandise, go to kit bag, hit the link in the description. You get offers, special discounts, etc. You help me by clicking on the link. It doesn't cost you anything. And the same goes for Bet Us. If you want to bet on any matches, we have the Euros and the Copa America. If you want to bet on any matches, go to Bet Us. If you click on the link, I think you get $100 or $200 for free to bet. Good deals, so make sure to check out the description. Anyways, enough with the intro. Let's start with the news. By the way, I'm very, very excited that the Euros are here. The Euros are officially here. Germany absolutely demolished Scotland 5-1. Great 6 goals by Germany. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Scotland's goal was an own goal by Rudiger. That guy's just dumb. I don't know if I'm saying that because he's a Madrid player, but Rudiger is just dumb. Anyways, Euros are here. I'm very, very happy. Next week, Copa America. I'm even more happy because I don't know, because I'm biased, but I prefer Copa America to Euros. But Copa America here next week. Let me know if you guys want me to do special coverage on both tournaments, or maybe just one or the other. Maybe you want me to cover Copa America, but not Euros, or Euros, not Copa America, maybe both. If you do, let me know in the chat section. Also, let me know in the comment section. I'm very curious to hear you guys' thoughts. Do you want me to do special coverage on the Euros and Copa America? I will do it. So let me know. I don't want to, waste your time if that's not something you're interested in. But if you are, please let me know. And now enough with the intro. It's been like 20 minutes and I still haven't dug into the news. But let's start with the news. As always, when I do have lots of bits of news, I like to put them together. So let's start this video or this podcast with 3 bits of news all lumped together, starting with Lamine Yamal continues to be the best young player in the entire world. And now, I told you before, he was topping the chart for Golden Boy Award. He's currently number 1. And now he's topping the chart for the player whose value has increased the most. Now, as you can see, out of all the young players whose value have increased, Lamine Yamal sits at first, where his value has gone up by 90 million. Because, of course, he started the season with 0. His valuation was 0 because he wasn't a first-team player. He wasn't even a Barca Athletic player. He was a Juvenil A player, an under-19 player. And his value has shot up by 90 million euros. By the way, that's a record in transfer market. The most gained value in 1 year goes to Lamine Yamal, 90 million euros from 0. In second place, we have Palmer, whose value increased by 65 million. Bellingham, whose value increased by 60, and then the list goes on. And number 6 is Wirtz. I mentioned that name because he has been linked to Barcelona a lot, even though I don't see him coming here yet. Definitely not next year. I don't think Barcelona will be in that position. And then all the way in number 10, Foden with a 40 million euro increase. But Lamine Yamal continues to top charts, and he is undoubtedly the best young player currently in the world. Now, more news. Talking about La Masia players. It is official now. Chadi Riad to Crystal Palace. I know I've mentioned this twice before. I reported about it when negotiations first began between Real Betis and Crystal Palace. Then I reported about it again when I said that they had reached an agreement and it was final. And now it's actually official, 100% official. This comes from Crystal Palace, who published this picture that you see on your screen on their social media accounts. So it's official, 100%. It's no longer rumors. It's no longer speculation. It's no longer leaked reports. This is 100% official. Chadi Riad has been permanently transferred from Real Betis to Crystal Palace. And you might say, why do we care, Mo? We're neither Crystal Palace fans nor are we Real Betis fans. Well, we care because Barcelona are set to make 7.5 million euros off this transfer. As you know, Barcelona transferred Chadi Riad to Real Betis for 3 million euros, and they retained 50% of any future sales. The player has been sold for approximately, I think it was, how much was it? 15 million euros. It was 14 million pounds, 15 million euros. Barcelona gets half, which is 7.5, plus the 3 million euros they had already received from Real Betis. So you round that up. Barcelona have made 11 million euros off Chadi Riad, a player that didn't cost Barcelona anything because he was an academy player. And given the club's financial situation, 11 million euros might not sound a lot, like it's not 100, it's not 50, but it is a lot of money given the club's finances. And speaking of the club's finances, we do have to talk about Barca Vision, because I noticed something today. In yesterday's video, I told you about how Barcelona have found a new European investor for Barca Vision. As you know, Barcelona sold part of Barca Vision to the German investment fund Libero. Libero failed to pay 40 million in December. Now they're going to fail to pay 60 million at the end of this month. So Barcelona have a deficit of 100 million. Now, Barcelona were looking to cover that deficit with the Nike deal, getting a 100 million euro signing bonus, or by selling the portion that belonged to Libero to someone else for 100 million, or both, right? But they need to cover the 100 million euro deficit by the end of this month, June 30th. Well, it seems that Barcelona have found new investors, European investors, who will pay the club 40 million euros for part of Barca Vision. Barcelona expect to finalize this deal by the end of this month. And that's not the news, because I already told you that yesterday. The news is I saw a lot of reports talking about that once this deal goes through, once that Barcelona received the 40 million from European investors, they will automatically get back to the 1-to-1 rule. I've seen a lot of that news circulating. That, as far as I know, is not true. Barcelona's deficit is 100 million. In order for Barcelona to reach the 1-to-1 rule, they need to cover that entire 100 million euro deficit. This new European investor is only going to pay 40. So Barcelona would still be short 60. So just with this European investor, Barcelona are not going to reach the 1-to-1. They would need another 60. Whether it be from Nike, from someone else, but Barcelona need 100 million total to cover the deficit. So I just want to clarify that, because I've seen a lot of reports talking about, oh, as soon as this European deal goes through, that's it, Barcelona 1-to-1, they're going to have 20 billion euros in their account. They're going to sign every player out there, and we're going to have, 50 players for the first. No. Chill. None of that is true. Anyways, let's start with the comment section. I'm excited. I'm very excited, by the way. Like I said, Euros have started. Copa America starts next week. It's Friday, so I'm off tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. And cherry on top, podcast day, which is always my favorite day, because I get to interact with you amazing people in the chat section. All right, let's see. Richie says, hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It's June 14. My name is Mo, and I have a lot to... You're a little bit off, but I appreciate the effort. It's hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It's June 14th, 24, and then you do the headlines, and then we say we have a lot to discuss. So let's begin. But thank you for the effort. And Chris, my friend, you're not first. Richie beat you. And Mr. Prince says, good evening, Mo. And Kirby, who's in Trinidad and Tobago. All right, let's go. And Mark, who's always in the chat section, says, hi, Mo. Plan on going to any Copa game? Yes, actually. I'm very, very excited. But I'm actually going to be at the Argentina versus Chile game, which is going to be played here on the East Coast in New Jersey. at the MetLife Stadium, which is where the New York Jets and the New York Giants play. For those people who are from outside the U.S., neither the New York Jets nor the New York Giants play in New York. They actually play in New Jersey. Their stadium is in New Jersey. Also, the New York Red Bulls, their stadium is also in New Jersey. I don't know why these teams are named after New York. They have nothing to do with New York. They play in New Jersey. But anyways, I will be going to watch the Argentina versus Chile match. I'm very excited. I hope Messi scores some goals. I've actually never seen Messi play. I had 2 chances I've seen him. And both matches he got injured like the day before or 2 days before. So I got to see him walk from the tunnel to the bench. I'm really pissed off about that. So I hope he plays because I've never actually seen him play live. And Chris says an MMA lawyer, that is a combo. That's how I get opposing lawyers to do what I need. I file a motion, I show up to court, be like, yo, are we going to agree to this or are we going to have a problem? I'm kidding, I don't do that, but it helps release the stress. One more. Let's see. Marcelu says, I'm a golden MMA champion like 10 years ago. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Out of which gym did you fight? I'm very curious to hear. And Lincoln, who says, hey, Mo, hope you're excited as me for next season. I'm very excited for next season. I'm always excited for next season, especially when you have a new coach who is going to implement a whole new style of play, a new style of how to train. Summer transfer market is always exciting, even when Barcelona's broke, because you never know who's going to leave, who's going to come. I'm always excited for new seasons. So we'll see. Hopefully, we won't be disappointed. All right, let's do another bit of news, and then we'll do more comments. But let's do the next bit of news, which is about Nico Williams, because we now officially know the exact cost of the Athletic Club de Bilbao player. Now, as I told you in the last video, I don't remember when, I don't know if it's yesterday, the day before, but Nico Williams has made it very clear. He will only leave Athletic Club de Bilbao to come to Barcelona. And that's it. Because Nico has a lot of offers from a lot of clubs, from all over the leagues, all over Europe. And despite all this interest from all these many clubs, he's only willing to leave Athletic Club de Bilbao to come to Barcelona. However, he does have a requirement, of course, that if Barcelona were to sign him, they need to sign him before the preseason begins. So he wants to finish the Euros with Spain. He wants to go on vacation. And when he's back from vacation, if Barcelona haven't signed him by then, he will stay at Athletic Club de Bilbao for another season because he doesn't want any dramas. Athletic Club de Bilbao is his club, his love. It's where he came up in the academy. That's where his brother plays. That's where they're from. They're from Bilbao, from the city of Bilbao. He doesn't want any dramas. He doesn't want, be doing a preseason while the press is speculating, where's Nico going? Where the fans are wondering, is he going to be here? No. He doesn't want any of that. You have to sign me before the preseason or I stay at Athletic Club de Bilbao for one more season. Now, we know Nico renewed his contract with Athletic Club de Bilbao a few months ago. It was set to expire this summer, I think, if I'm not mistaken. He had doubts about renewing with Athletic Club de Bilbao because even though it's his club and he would love to play there, he knows that he's destined for greatness and he knows that many big clubs would like him. So he had doubts about it until his brother Iñaki Williams spoke to him. And on his brother's advice, he decided to renew. However, he retained a release clause in his contract, an affordable release clause, because even though he still wanted to play for Athletic Club de Bilbao, he knew that he eventually was going to go to a big club. And in doing so, he wanted the clause to be affordable. He didn't want it to be, 200 million and then limit his choices as far as the next big club that he can go to. And he also, at the same time, he still wanted to leave some money in Athletic Club de Bilbao's treasury because, again, it's his club. It's his childhood club. That's where his loyalty lies. That's the love of his life, if you want to put it that way. Now, how much is the release clause? And this is the news. It's 58 million euros. Now, there was a lot of speculation. Some people were saying 50. Some people were saying 60. Some people were saying 55. No, the exact figure, it's 58 million euros. That's how much his release clause is worth, which means if Barcelona want to sign him, I'm going to have to pay the entire 58 to release the player from his contract and sign him. And we'll see whether Barcelona not only will be able to get that money, but we'll see if they'll be able to get that money before the preseason begins. So Barcelona's time is ticking. The Euros is set to end, I don't know, it's middle of July. assuming Spain goes all the way, then the players get, I think it's 3-week vacation. So if Spain goes all the way, that means Nico should be back from vacation probably by the beginning of August. Spain gets eliminated earlier, then he would come back 3 weeks from when Spain gets eliminated. And again, Barcelona need to not only reach the 1-to-1 rule, but they need to generate the 58 million euros in cash to pay for the player, whether it's through selling players, whether it's through signing a new sponsorship or a new investor, or, I don't know, selling a brick of Coke. I don't know, but Barcelona are going to have to figure out how to get that cash before the preseason, and the time is ticking. But we now know how much Nico Williams will cost Barcelona. All right, let's do more comments, and then we have to talk about Angelo Stiller. Let's see. Charcuterie, who says, Mo, what about right back? Flick said Koundé will be central back. Flick has not said that. I don't know where you heard that. Flick wants to try out Koundé, see how he works out. If not, Barcelona want to keep Cancelo. I don't think it's going to happen because Manchester City want to transfer him on a permanent basis, and Barcelona cannot afford that. We also have Julian Araujo, who's coming back from loan. Flick wants to try him out. We also have Hector Fort, who will be on the first team next season. So we have options. We'll see what happens. Agustin says, hello, Mo. I am Barca fan following the podcast from Ganta City in Liberia. All right, Liberia in the house. And so is Ghana. I feel like Liberia and Ghana and Nigeria are always in the house. And Dorothy, who says, hi, Mo, from Staten Island. All right, what's up, Dorothy? It's pretty cool for you to join us from Staten Island. I've actually, believe it or not, I've been living in New York for, I think it's 7 years now, and I've only been to Staten Island once, and it wasn't even a visit. I was literally just going through it. I was going to New Jersey from JFK, and the GPS sent me through Staten Island. So I honestly don't know anything about Staten Island, but pretty cool people. At least the people I've met from Staten Island have been pretty cool people. And Joe Boy says, hi, brother. I love your video. Keep on. I pray that Barcelona can get Nico this season. Amen, my friend. Amen. And Klaus, who never misses a live stream, says, happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday, Klaus, who also adds Spain plays tomorrow. And yes, that's actually a match I'm going to be watching. I'm very excited to see Spain play tomorrow. It's unfortunate that Gabi Balde could not be with the team. But, I still want to see Lamine. I still want to see Pedri. I still want to see Fermin. It's also a shame that Pau Cuarci's not there, but he's going to be playing the Olympics. And then, I want to see Nico. I want to see how Nico does in the Euros. And, not to leave him, not to mention him. But I guess I want to see Ferran. Not really, but he's a Barca player, so we have to support him. And Gotti from Trinidad, let's freaking go. One last comment, and we'll do another bit of news. But Zach says, hey, Mo, hope you're doing good, brother. Would love to see your analysis of potential Flick transfer target in the Euro/Copa America. That's a good idea, but there's not going to be much. Given the club's finances, given the club's financial fair play, there's not going to be a lot of transfers. There's probably going to be 2 signings. Nico and someone for the midfield. And that's it. So I don't know how much analysis can be done. As far as offloading players, that's going to be tough because so far nobody wants to leave. Maybe I'll do a short video. It will be short because, again, we're not going to be able to sign much in the summer. And speaking of signing and speaking of midfielders, since I just mentioned the midfield, let's talk about Angelo Stiller because Hansi Flick is still insisting on the German player, so much so that it's reported that Stiller can smell Flick's interest in him, if you catch my drift. Anyways, the 23-year-old defensive midfielder who just had a pretty good season at Stuttgart is currently garnering a lot of attention given his good season, including from his former club, Bayern München. Now, Ben Stiller. Angelo Stiller came up through Bayern München's academy. In fact, it was Flick who gave him his debut in the Champions League. So Flick has worked with Angelo. And Angelo has done so good this past season at Stuttgart that actually he does have a current offer from Bayern who are trying to buy him back. Because as you know, Bayern München are going through an entire remake of their squad. They're looking to redo the whole team. after their disastrous season that they just had. Now, I told you in a previous video that Hansi Flick had recommended the signing of Angelo Stiller to the club. And it seems that Flick is very, very insistent that Barcelona sign Angelo because he believes that he's a player with lots and lots of potential, a player that would only cost 25 million euros. And Flick believes that that's not a lot for a player with this much potential. He believes that this would be kind of a bang for your buck, where you spend 25 now, but this player will be worth a lot more in the future. Flick believes that Angelo is a perfect link between the defense and the attack, and therefore he has been insisting that Barcelona sign him. Not only did he recommend the signing to Deco, but in all these meetings that Flick has been having with Deco throughout this week, because Flick is in Barcelona currently doing work, in all these meetings, he's been telling Deco, yo, give me Angelo, give me Angelo, give me Angelo, give me Angelo. We'll see whether Barcelona do it or not, but I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts. What do you think about Angelo Stiller? Would you like to see him in Barcelona? Would you not? Would you like to see a different player in his place? Let me know in the chat section or in the comment section if you're watching this after it ends. And let's get back to the chat section. And then we will talk about Vitor Roque. I like talking about Vitor Roque, not because I'm a big fan of the player, just because I like to say his name. I think Portuguese, I was going to say Brazilian. I think Brazilian Portuguese is one of the funnest languages in the world. And yes, there's a difference between Brazilian Portuguese and Portugal's Portuguese. Brazilians speak it a lot more. It's more fun. It has a lot more flavor, the way Brazilians speak it. You know, it's kind of like English, American English and British English. There is a difference, the same language, but there is a different. Same with Brazilian and Portuguese. Portugal's Portuguese and Brazilian Portuguese. There you go. All right, let's do more comments. Shamar James says, hey, Mo, who are your your 5 favorites to win Euro and Copa? I think I see France and Spain in the final. I did my own bracket, by the way. Now, of course, some of it I had to guess a lot because there's, usually it's some spots in the round of 16. It's easy because you're like, all right, first of this group and second of that group. That's a lot easier to predict. But there's spots in the round of 16 where it's like first player of this group versus third player of group A, B, C, or D. And then it's like, not only do you have to predict who's going to be third in each group, but out of the 4 teams who are going to end third in their groups, which one of them are going to end up playing against this team in this spot. So I have to do a lot of guessing, but my prediction is Spain versus France. I think Spain has a lot more talent than the French team, but France has a lot more experience. It's a team that's a lot more mature, that a lot more experience. Where Spain, they're still in their initial phases. They're still, lots of youngsters. They're still getting to know each other. They have a brand new coach. So I see Spain doing damage, but I don't see them necessarily winning the final. Hopefully I'm wrong because I would love to see Spain win. But I think France has a chance to win it again. I think Germany has a chance to win it, but they're not there yet. I think maybe in the next Euros, maybe the one after. As far as other teams, everybody says England, but these guys suck. Let's be honest. Plus 4th of July is coming, so I have to say that they suck. It's always like, oh, it's coming back home. It's coming back home. And the only thing ends up going home is their team. Every freaking tournament. I don't know. England just never excites me. Watching them play is like, it's like watching golf. Have you guys ever watched golf? Don't. Shit sucks. Anyways, as far as Copa America, I mean, I'm biased, but I would love to see Argentina win. I think if Messi can win another Copa America, he can go Copa America, World Cup, Copa America, kind of like what Spain did in 2008, 10, and 12. I think that'd be freaking amazing. But anyways, Prince says, Mo, please, can you explain the 1-1 rule and Barcelona's position? Okay. The 1-1 rule is simple. It's not really a rule. It's what you would call normal status or status quo. The 1-1 rule just says for every euro that you make, you can spend on a player. So if you sell Frankie de Jong for 100 million euros, you can use the entire 100 million euros to sign someone else. That's it. That's what you would call normalcy, aka 1-1 rule. How is that different from where Barcelona is right now? Barcelona was for a long time under the 1-4 rule, which means that for every euro that you would make off the sale of a player, you can only use 25 cents. So if you were to sell Frankie de Jong for 100 million, you would only be able to use 25 million to sign a new player. So you see how that hinders your ability to sign players, because even if you sold all your big stars and you make 500 million, now you can only use 125 to sign players. Versus under the 1-1 rule, you sell all your stars, you make 500 million, you can use that entire 500 million to sell new players. To sign new players. That's the 1-1 rule in a nutshell. Anyways, let's do one more bit of news, and then we'll do more comments, and then I have to leave. I gotta go get punched in the face, like I said earlier. But let's talk about, wait, why did I put my glasses on after the comments and took them off during the comments? Let's talk about Vitor Roque, because Vitor Roque has been spotted at the Ciutat Esportiva, aka the sporting complex where the team plays. Now, as you know, as soon as the season ended, players either reported back to their national teams, Copa America, Euros, etc., or for those players who did not get called up, they went on vacation. They get about 3 weeks of vacation, but not Vitor Roque, who decided to cut his vacation early. And he's been seen training since Monday. Today's Friday. Since Monday, every day, he's been training at the Ciutat Esportiva with a private trainer that he has hired, that he has paid from his own pocket. A private trainer that he's been training under all this week, because Vitor Roque is very highly motivated now that there's a new coach. He wants to impress Hansi Flick. He wants to earn a spot on the team under Hansi Flick. And he is very, very motivated because, overnight he has seen his future completely change once again. Because, he was in Brazil, then Barcelona signed him. Then they're like, okay, we're going to bring you even earlier because Chadi wants you. So now all of a sudden the guy's excited. They're like, yes, I'm playing for Barcelona, only to arrive here. And it's like, never mind. You're not going to play a single minute. You're actually going to be sold or loaned. So now he's sad. And then boom, Chadi's gone. And now once again, he has a shot. And Vitor Roque is not wasting this second chance. He's very, very motivated. He's very, very excited. He's cut his vacation short. He's back in Barcelona. He's training hard every day because he wants to prove to Hansi Flick that he has what it takes to be a first-team player. And I welcome this news, and I'm very excited to hear this news because I really, really want Vitor Roque to work out at Barcelona. Not because I'm some big fan of him or anything like that, but because we spent 30 million euros fixed with another 30 in variables that we haven't spent yet. And I don't want to see 60 million euros in the garbage. I really, really want to see Vitor Roque work out, and not just from the financial aspect of it, but if he ends up working out, then why not? That's another player that we can count on. And that's the whole point. It's not about I like this player, I want him to succeed, and I hate this other player, I hope he fails. I want all Barcelona to succeed, players to succeed, all of them. Because if the players succeed, that means the team succeeds, and if the team succeeds at the end of the day, that's what I want. So I don't care if it's Vitor Roque, I don't care if it's Ferran. If Ferran tomorrow, or Rafinha, I've talked crap about Rafinha for 2 seasons now. If Rafinha tomorrow wakes up and starts scoring, 30, 40 goals per season, I'll be the happiest person ever. Because again, it's not about I hate this player or I love that player. I want all Barcelona players to succeed. If I think you suck, I really hope you prove me wrong. And if I think you're great, I really hope, I get proven right. Because at the end of the day, I want my team to succeed. I hope Vitor Roque succeeds so my team can succeed as well. And I'm very happy to hear this news about the player being highly motivated and training hard to earn his spot. All right, Monster Lou says the gym is called American Finest Karate and Kickboxing in New Jersey, but my camp were in a couple gyms in New York like Gracie and Brooklyn. That's awesome. That's awesome. We're in New Jersey. I guess I could just Google that instead of handing you with questions. But let's see. American Finest Karate and Kickboxing Academy. Middletown. Okay. So you're like in the middle of Jersey. I'm more familiar with North Jersey. But I'm originally from Vegas, but I'm slowly getting to know the East Coast. All right, let's see. Muhammad Abu Bakr says, I really want to see Roque succeed at Barca. I do too. And let's see what else. Neymar says, Gundogan played in the whole match. I think he's all right. Nah, Gundogan is the brains of the operation of Manchester City. He's the brains operation of Germany, and he was the brains of the operation of Barcelona this whole season. The problem with Gundogan, he's underrated because people only notice players who score goals or provide assists. The easy stuff. Anybody can spot those players. Anybody could know that Messi's great because you watch him and he dribbles past 5 players and score. But it's the players behind those guys that make all the difference that are very difficult to notice. And for that, you have to have a good eye. And I'm not saying I have it, but that's why only very few people in the world have that. And that's why scouts and sporting directors get paid a lot of money because they have that. And that's why a lot of there's people say Pedri sucks. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Any team in the world would love to have Pedri. Pedri's a genius on the ball, but people don't appreciate it. Why? Because they don't see what he does. They just see, who scored goals? Who dribbled past him? And there's a lot more to football than just scoring goals. And Gundogan is not all right. I'm sorry, but Gundogan, even Pep Guardiola, by the way, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, he said that Gundogan is the smartest, most talented midfielder he's ever trained, ever. And that coming from Guardiola, the greatest coach in the history of football. And he says that Gundogan is one of the greatest he's ever coached. I think don't take my word for it that Gundogan is great. Take it from Pep Guardiola, the greatest coach ever. And Trick Chakule with the donation who says, thanks as always for the news. Bro, hope you're well. Today was a great day for me with Germany. Deutschland! Torching Scotland. 5-1 opener. It was a good game, but it is Scotland. To be fair, if this was, Germany, France, and he won 5-1, that'd be a different story. But I am rooting for Germany. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Carla says, how are you watching the Euro games? I'm in the US and I know Fox has the rights, but it seems hard to watch. Yeah, so Fox Sports and FS1, which I think it's also Fox Sports, if I'm not mistaken, have the rights to it. You'll have to subscribe to a streaming service. I opened an account today with Sling. You can also do Fubo. And there's another one. It's a third one. So I opened an account with Sling. I'll close it once it's over. I think it's $35. So not bad. It's not ideal. But I'll watch it and I'll close it. White Vinny. All right. This is Vinicius' cousin who's white. Says, Angelo left Bayern because of Flick. No way he is coming to Barca. I don't know. All I know is Flick is interested in him. We'll see what the player says. Jasper says, beggars can't be choosers, as Barca should get who they can and more than that who will fit Hansi idea. Barca should not go for the big name signings to get audience fans to the stadium winning games. I don't think that's what Barca's going to do. I think the only signing we did that is Joao Felix, because Laporta had the brilliant idea that somehow signing Joao Felix is going to fill the stadium. Not his brightest moment, because that's not how football works. People don't just want to go to the stadium to see a player just because his name is, etc. They want to see a team playing good. And I'm sorry, but Joao has not played good. All right, donation from Sanjog, who says, what's the plan for next year in terms of financial fair play? This year we could go 1-1 because of the 100 million Nike bonus. Next year, where's that 100 million? Well, the 100 million is to cover the deficit. If Barcelona don't get any deficits in next year's budget, then we don't need another Nike deal. Because at the beginning of the season, you make a budget. You say, this is how much I expect I'm going to spend, and this is how much I expect I'm going to earn. If you're earning more than you're spending, you're good. You're a 1-1. Barcelona did that last season. For this season's budget, they said, okay, this is how much I expect I'm going to spend. This is how much I expect I'm going to make. Part of the money that Barcelona expected to make were the 100 from Libero, the 100 million from Libero. That never came. So what happens? You have a deficit in the budget. So now you have to make up for that deficit, which Barcelona got to make it through Nike. Next season, if there is no deficit, there's nothing to make up for. So Barcelona this summer are going to sit down and going to say, okay, It's how much we expect to make. It's how much we expect to spend. And if the budget, they follow the budget, they're good. There is no another 100 million. They don't need another 100 million. All right, let's see. One more, and then we'll end this because I got to go train. I'm a little late. I'm going to get screamed at, but it's okay. Superman says, hey, Barca News, hope Lewa injury is not too serious because we need him to score goals. I mean, he has the whole summer. I'm not worried about it. If he ends up missing the Euros, who cares? I don't care. I mean, sucks for him. Sucks for Poland because, you know, they have Lewandowski and 10 other trunks. But he has time to recover. And Marcelu says, what gym you train at? I've trained at a couple. I've trained at Culture, which is in Jersey City. And I also train at North. Now I'm training at North Bergen MMA. But yeah. Jasper says, oh, wait, I already read that. Let's do one more, and then we will end this because I have to go. Dr. Knight says, Gundogan suffered a rough tackle tonight from one of the Scottish defenders. I think that's why someone commented he's all right. Oh, okay. I understand now. And that's the case, then yeah. I did see that. That was a nasty tackle, which ended up in a red card, deservedly so. But it was a nasty tackle. I was really surprised that he was standing after that, like with no problem, because it was a nasty tackle. But thank you for clarifying, Dr. Knight. And with that, we will end this live stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you for your comments, subscriptions, likes, and donations. I will see you guys in a video later tonight. After training, I'm going to upload one more video. And I will see you then. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. And as always, Visca Barça.